I've been in a bit of a quandary about doing videos about Ukraine and obviously the problems that's going on there. You know, the invasion, the Russian invasion on Ukraine. I know it's a very diverse and also divisive subject for some. So I wasn't 100% confident about actually taking it on as a subject. But I think I'm going to go ahead with it and I'll give it a go. So I do ask, for your forgiveness if I mess it up. But I don't want to take the usual stance. I was watching Phil Morehouse's video, and I have to admit, he covers it really well. He really does. But I'm more interested on the social side, on the cultural side, and also what this means for the people of Ukraine, as well as us. Everybody, in fact. And some of the stories I've been reading on various sites from the people of Ukraine, in Ukraine, are quite sad, quite frightening as well, to be fair. They've been there before, haven't they? 2014. So it's one of them subjects that I kind of feel, am I qualified to talk about it? But for me, I feel, I've said it before, I'm always learning. I think we all are, aren't we, really, at the end of the day? And I think as I learn, I was hoping that maybe I could share it with you as well. But also, my main goal was really to get other people's stories out. But for me to do that, obviously I need to find those stories. I don't necessarily want the same album and stuff you find in The Guardian or those sort of places, because you're just regurgitating news, aren't you? Other people's news, other stories, untold stories is what I'm interested in. Either untold stories or, the kind of things that people get forgotten, don't they? They get forgotten about. It's like their lives don't really matter that much. So I find it extremely sad. So I was hoping that I could actually, not actually help necessarily, but actually to be able to actually get a message across, if that makes any sense. That's my hope, anyway. Anyway, in this live stream, I'll talk a little bit about that. But also, I want to show you what we've been up to, if the internet works that far. That's it. Well, I hope. Well, we've been planting some trees, that's what it is. We've been planting some trees. But also, because the money's not going to go far enough to do everything that we need to do here, we're going to have to do some propagation ourselves as well. I thought it might be an idea. Here we go here. Should I put some glasses on? That might help, mightn't it? Only really specs, but yeah. I'll get my eyes tested when I go back to the UK. Good afternoon, Simon Carr. Good afternoon, P. Dallas. Good afternoon, Michael O'Leary. Oh, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Lovely. Is it nice over there? I hope so. It's very sunny and lovely here today, I must say. Well, we're going to go out there in a minute anyway. I'll sort of knock this shutter out first. It's pretty much all there. Done all the work. Just got to whack the ledges on and glue it together. Now, I probably won't have many people watching here today because I put quite a few videos up and I very much doubt many notifications have gone out. And also, YouTube's playing silly buggers with me again. My views have gone right down. I was doing really well until Saturday. And since then, I've been really struggling to get anywhere near my normal sort of views. Anywhere near. They're really low again. So I hope I haven't done something wrong. So anyway, it's one of them things. And I know it's a silly question, but I hope everybody can hear me okay. Oh, and don't forget to click like. If you subscribe to MVD. I do started doing a regular live stream now on a Sunday, but you might already know that. 8 o'clock GMT. I'm hoping I can maintain that best that I can. And keep it going, basically. I'm learning, a lot of people do. It's quite new to me, really, live stream. I think I'm getting better. I hope so, anyway. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I'm not. I know Glasgow Kiss will. If he's about. I need nails! I've got to have some nails! Well, we'll be going to the garden centres, the nurseries as well. And although some of them are really good, really nice nurseries, really, really helpful, and we've got some prices coming our way, and we've got some stuff that we've already ordered, but it's going to take time. That's the problem. No one stocks anything anymore. I don't know whether it's because of COVID or what, but nothing that we want, they stock. Tell you what they do stock is fruit trees, lots of fruit trees. But we are going to be putting fruit trees in, but that wasn't our main goal to start with. But yeah, that's another story. But yeah, Ukraine. I uploaded another one gone on, probably tomorrow morning, I think now, about a story. These are actually Brits that are living in Ukraine, and I've got to give them their dues. These two individuals or families, they really treat Ukraine as their home now. Do you know what I mean? They've become a part of the community, and and these people are their friends. It's friends and family. They're married a Ukrainian, and they can't just pack the bags and go, because under the UK immigration laws, yes, it's hasn't been sorted. You'd have thought they'd better get some sort of refugee status or something like that, but no, not yet. Well, hopefully they will. I know he said in Parliament yesterday that was going to be the case, but did he? Did he, Al? That's not. I mean, he did say it, but it's not going to happen. Not with Priti Patel. That's just another burden for her, isn't it? More immigration, more refugees. She doesn't want that because she's an evil person. Nasty piece of work she is. I don't want to go on a little bit. I just don't understand why we have to be so how to put it, vindictive to these people. That's what it feels to me. I almost feel it's like it's deliberate. Anyway, who comes up with the idea of going out there into the channel and pushing back refugees in their boats in potentially dangerous seas? Very busy shipping lane as well. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a place anyone want to be in a dinghy. I've sailed. I know what it's like. It's not, it's not thinking. It's just not safe. So just need to double check something. Whoa, looking good. Right. Lovely jubbly. Oh, it's stuck on, it is. Right, so what we'll do is go. Oh, hang on. Just need another one in there. Right, got some clamps on there. And then we'll have a little trundle outside in a second. And hopefully the internet reaches. Because what we got, I've got the extender in here. I don't know if I can move it. If I move it, I'll cut you off then, won't I? That's a good idea. Just have to unplug it. If not, hopefully I can get the 4G. All I internet is actually 4G here anyway, because I can show you a minute actually. We've got an aerial on the roof, on the pole on the side of the house, and that's how we get our internet here. So I do all my streaming, uploading from 4G. We can get ADSL here, but it's so flippin' slow. It's half a meg. An upload, well, forget it. So obviously it's no good doing what I do. There you go. Get another clamp on this end. Getting to the end of this job. That was quite a few shutters. There's about 17 pairs of shutters on this job. So, and 2 door shutters. So I'm quite fortunate to get a job in for a change. Because as you probably know, my business has really suffered because of Brexit. To the point of actually virtually, non-existent. You get the occasional job. It's good though, because it's not what you own on YouTube, obviously. Although I have to admit, it's very, very helpful when people, like the, obviously the super chats, but also the buy me coffees and stuff like that, and the Patreons. We just couldn't do it without it. Really couldn't. I'd have to try and earn a living somewhere else. The problem with YouTube is it keeps moving the blooming goalposts, it seems. Like I said last week, I had that really low patch, and I think, oh crikey, everything was going a bit south. And I was getting to the point I was going to give up. I just had enough. I was just really frustrated, and I was getting really depressed about it, to be honest, because you put a lot of effort and time, and it's it becomes a part of you, doesn't it? When you do things, anything creative like that, it's sort of and also it feels like a bit, say personal anyway. And it's starting going a bit, how do you put it, a bit safe again. I don't understand it, because this morning, the video I put on at, when was that, 3 o'clock, it was doing really well for the first 15 minutes, and all of a sudden, YouTube stopped suggesting it. So, looking at the analytics anyway. So that kind of, then it's done a complete flop again. I don't know why. Anyway, the algorithm is too complicated for me, my little old brain. Oh, is that, you said the audio, and is that a sync? It might be just the internet. Sorry, Grandpa. Yeah. Oh, Chris is in. Hello, Chris, buddy. And Rufus, how's we got there? Michael O'Leary. Delirious Grandpa. I love that. That's a brilliant name. I take it you're Grandpa and you're rather delirious. Is that the case? Maybe. I'm glad it's okay for you. Sometimes the audio, something you might have to refresh because your audio might not be in sync and in your device. I have the same problem when sometimes when I'm making my videos. So I've got my microphone, which is it's a really nice microphone I got actually now, and I use in the studio. And then sometimes you use it. I'm watching my mouth. That doesn't make any sense. On the replay, I have to, as soon as I restart it, it's fine. So the sync is there. And sometimes even when my edited videos, I tend to, if I put them into DaVinci Resolve, which is the software I use for editing, and I think, hang on, that doesn't look right. And all of a sudden it's shifted. It's actually gone into the software, and it's out of sync. So you've got your audio along the bottom, your bar along the bottom, and then your video, like that. You go, oh, that ain't quite right. So then you've got to match it up. Now, I did a video a while back, and if some of you might remember, I forgot to edit out some little bits and pieces because I wasn't going to edit it. That was going to be an unedited video, and I didn't edit it, and I forgot to take out my claps like that. Like a blooming seal I was. Halfway through the video. Well, you do that. What that does, you see, is when you do that, you're creating a visual indication of when the noise is going to be. Like from my hands going together, there's going to be a noise, and that noise corresponds to a peak in the audio. So when I look at, for instance, I can then see immediately whereabouts in the audio and in the video that break needs to be made. So then I can edit that bit out or do what I need to do there if I made an error. Or repeat myself, which I do quite a bit. But it's just a visual flip I forgot that time. So I'm a complete out fool of myself, as I do. Hello, Zaldarian, or Zaldarian or Zaldarian? Oh, what's happened there? I pressed something I shouldn't have pressed. What have I done? It's just come up. It's asking me if I want a crush, a glow, slate. Oh, that's gone. Hang on. Thank you. Thank you, Frank. How are you doing there, Frank? Yeah, that's my little workshop. That's what we make our bits and pieces. We've got there's 3 workshops on this side that we use. I've got the one on that side which I use for processing my wood. I've got that one. I've got some machines in like my dust extractors and stuff like that. But then over the other way there we've got our barn which we use for the storing of wood, what have you. And machines that I haven't used for a while. Hello, Philip Coos. How you doing, buddy? Mine's in the bath and in sink. Ah? What? Oh dear. Duke Venture says, be calm, mind, stay calm. What's refreshing? In the sink for me. Oh! It's in the bath and in the sink. Oh, crikey. How slow am I? Oh, dear. I'm good at making a fool of myself, aren't I? Hello, Kelpie. How you doing, buddy? And Oraman. Good afternoon to you too. Yeah, so... Oh, who else was I? I just saw someone else. Did I just see someone else? Did I miss somebody? Dear Dallas. Who's Professor John? Oh, I see. So the views of Professor John J. Mearsheimer is interesting. He brings a different perspective from than most of the others comment on it. Yeah, because I just when I put that post on asking, well, should I do it, should I not? And it was kind of red pill, blue pill kind of scenario. Basically, it's a poll: should I do it? Should I not do it? Yeah, and about Ukraine, what have you. And I was thinking about yeah. Well, actually, the poll basically suggested it was like the Brexit poll was that close. It was basically some of the comments I had on there was like, don't do it unless you're confident about it. And other ones were like, take it on a more cultural, look at the culture of it all. And it's that I could relate to that. And I thought, that's what about the people? I mean, we've got the conflict. Everyone is looking at the conflict now. Everyone's trying to talk about the conflict and why this and why that and what Russia's doing. Russia annexed Crimea and this, that, and the other. And that's already done, isn't it? It's already been done as well, and they do a lot done a better job than I can. But on the cultural side, how people's lives are affected by this, living in fear. As, I would be. I'll be building a bunker. That's what I'll be doing. I'll get my old Anderson shelter out of the shed. I haven't got one, but there you go. What else could I do? Oh, there's so many things you could do. Oh, I'll tell you still. My dad actually, in a place, if anyone knows Norwich at all, on the west side of Norwich, there's a place called Cossey and New Cossey. And my father was involved in building this, he was doing all the shuttering for all this big concrete building, all these big slabs, all lead-lined and stuff, all being delivered. Pre-manufactured stuff. A lot of it was done on the side, all these linings and stuff. They're building a bunker, and I don't know if it's still in service. It's a long, long time ago. I don't even know if I was born then, to be honest. But just my dad told me about it. And he said every so often this thing used to come out of the top of the out of the ground. And of course, it's all sunk in the ground. And there was an underground. It was a nuclear fallout shelter, I imagine. But this thing apparently come out every so often, clear the air and what have you. It's more nuclear stuff, lovely. But all you need is a fridge. Ask Alexander, Boris, Stefan Johnson. He'll know. Yeah, you wrote sink instead of sink. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, hello, Philip Coos. Oh, Heather. Hello there, Heather. Hope you're well. Oh, Heather's a Star Wars fan. Oh, an ice cream, Blackpool. My sister wanted to move to Blackpool. She was a Brexiter as well. She wanted to move to Blackpool, but then she realised she couldn't afford it, so she moved to... was it Sunderland? Up northeast somewhere. Brexit Central. Oh dear. Yeah, I do know what. I got really disappointed with Pinkus after Starmer's take on stuff. Suck up to Johnson almost. When he said, there's no reason, no argument to rejoin the EU. There's always going to be an argument to rejoin the EU. That's an idiotic statement to make. You might say, okay, it's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Especially in my lifetime, it's going to happen. But also, it's I just can't see there being any political enthusiasm for it at all. So it isn't going to happen. But to say there isn't an argument for it is ridiculous. There's always going to be an argument. Oh, Ian Black. Oh, Chris, I've missed that. Then I need to watch him. I like Ian Blackford. He's an honest man. From what I can tell, anyway. I'm sure somebody could tell me otherwise. But all his takes on Johnson are hilarious. And he stood up for himself, didn't he, in Parliament? In PMQs a couple of weeks ago, and got chucked out. I think he walked out in the end, but yeah. Ian Blackford, he was along with all of them yesterday in Parliament. They were going on about party kind of cross-party consensus regarding Russia, which is obviously the right thing to do, including Ian Blackford. They all had their point of view as well, didn't they? Regarding the, what can you say? Russian money laundered through the London laundromat. That's what they say. And crikey, I did the video, I don't know if you've seen it, the one I did about Jacob Rees-Mogg. And trying to read up about that, I couldn't believe it. He's getting away with this stuff. It's so flippin' obvious in your face. You know, it's like he's involved. Also, he's promoting the Top Hat, that flippin' hard right fascist group that's in the United States. He started one in the UK called Top Hat UK. Got my cup again. Goes everywhere with me. Does my cup. So I just can't believe how these people get away with it. They just says it seems to me that all they've got to say, oh, that's rubbish, and then no one listens anymore because I said it's rubbish. The evidence is there. You know, and you got, remember that I got a video just uploaded, the one about Aaron Banks, and he's going on about Russia and what have you, and reckons that EU's provoked Russia, blah, 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 blah. They ain't waved a fist, have they? They even put them in tanks and nearly 190,000 troops on the borders. I can't think what I've done. I put it down to it, I said, I'm losing my mind. It's just nuts. Absolute nuts. But cognitive dissonance has got to be in it. Hello, let's do it. Hope you're well. So Philip Coos says, PM Coos was a waste of time today. Blackford is the only one who gives it to them straight. Yes. It is, oh God, you know what? It looks like I've got a troll. Another one, how do I get rid of that? Can I get rid of that? Ah, I can do that. That's our reporter. I haven't done the wrong one. I want the conduct. That's going to be, you know what? That's going to be dirty stuff. Saucy stuff it'll be. Oh, I've reported it. Gone. Hey. Don't want any of that lark. I'll get all excited. I won't do with it. Not on here. You know, what's going on? I'll be like, I'll be busy talking to you. And then oh, there you go. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, dear. Yeah, so, it's actually a shame, really, isn't it? It's just that people can't, well, they're just not allowed to speak the truth anyway now, are they? Hey, well, let's go outside. While I'm thinking about it, I'll leave my lovely cup in here, because I'll take it with me. Where's my tripod, little hat? Oh, I'll take this one out now, that's what I do. I'll take my little one as well. Right, I can't go too far, because I think I've got to worry about my internet. Does it tell me how much internet I've got? No. It does if you're on the, if you do it on the computer, you can see how strong your signal is and stuff, but I can't at the moment, because it's not telling me anything. Anyway, let's just put this tripod down. Hope we're not making you dizzy. Look at that sky. Blue and with a bit of cloud. Sort of. Oh dear. So I'm going to do a bit of propagating as well in a minute. Because we're going to propagate some trees. We can make up numbers. Right, how can I do a bit hard? I'll keep an eye on, hopefully, if it goes into what's it mode, where it's trying to reconnect, I'll run back this way. But we'll see. So if it starts, losing signal a little bit. Anyway, this is my untidy garden, which is pretty untidy at the moment. So, although Carol, my dear wife, she's busy in the garden, or she has been at the bottom there, near the greenhouse. We had a bit of wind damage on one of our greenhouses last year. I never got a chance to sort it out. But we need to sort that out for the season. And also we seem to be getting a bit of a problem with moles. Moles. They're everywhere. But saying that, there's a good thing about moles. What they do is they only dig up the nice soil. So what we do is we go around with a bucket and we pick up all the mole soil. And then we use it. Because it's so deep, you get very little weed seed in it, providing it's fresh. It's a fresh molehill. Yeah, because obviously the seeds aren't all the way down, you see. They'd be rotted. Right, I don't know if it's... It might go over to 4G even. We'll see. Right, I've done it in your eyes. In my eyes. Oh, it is in my eyes now. Oh, God. This is one of the fields we want to plant on. We've already started. If I go all the way over there, it's definitely going to... where are we? Over there. It's definitely going to go out, because I know the internet's not very good over there. Oh, we're live again. I'm sorry about that, but it went a bit bloody. It's obviously too far to go. I need to have some more. Yeah. Dropped it through. Oh, okay. Right, we're back anyway, so hopefully it's okay. So I can go this far. So I don't know if you can see it. Not on the little fence line here, but in the distance there's a row of trees. And they're silver birches, and we also put some oaks in over there as well. They're only like sticks at the moment in the ground, but we want to get in fairly soon. Hello, Geordie. But so we've done that bit, and we've got some more trees on order. So the idea is this top part of the field up here, that part up there, is going to be a bit of a mix, because there's already a mix of trees up there. So that's going to be a bit of a, bit of a menagerie of trees. But that far border on the other side of the well over there, there's going to be a bit of a plantation of they're going to be okay. Apparently they don't like to be replanted, so we'll see. We'll just keep watering them and hopefully okay. But also, our field comes over down the bottom here as well, and it drops off. Because we're in the valley here, and I'm at the top of the valley. So it drops off, and so that top corner over there, we've already got some willow that we'd already planted in. So we're going to put some more willow in that area. So we're going to have silver birch, there's going to be willow, and obviously a few mixed areas as well. But we want to create it as almost like segments from this well, so we can still get access to everything, you see. So we can look after it, and also make sure we get some light in. So the more edges to the fields, to the little mini forests, or mini woodlands, anyway, the more little edges you have, the more diversity you can have. The goal is that we want to encourage wildlife as well. We don't just want it just to be trees. Because otherwise all you'll be encouraging is just the bugs, and we want a bit of everything. So we want to have access for the bats to be able to fly between them and stuff like that, so they're not going to be flying into trees constantly, but also for the birds and that as well. So there's that field. They're the two first. That's the first one we're trying to do first, is this area here. Then we're going to be going over onto this other field. It's a triangular field, also on the side of the valley. Hopefully we can get some. Yeah, hopefully we've got connection over there. So, messy garden. We're trying to tidy it up, but last year, because I was doing this YouTube stuff, I did very little in the garden, and it's really gone to pot. But I'm quite fortunate that Caroline's been working really hard, and she's been the best to get on top. Our greenhouse I got completely obliterated by the wind, so we need to sort that out. And then we've got this greenhouse that's also been damaged by the wind, but also it's quite old now. We built it basically for that stuff that we had. So it's quite big. It's 8 metres by 4 metres. So it's quite a reasonable sized little greenhouse, but it needs a lot of TLC now. It's it's all gone a bit weird. So yeah, we're going to be planting some potatoes in there later. Just smear these. So but over here, that way. Hopefully we'll still have the internet in a minute. Now. Hope it doesn't phase off. I suppose we're going to start losing a few frames, aren't we? Hello, Mike. I hope you're well, buddy. It's part of the day. It is appeasement all over again until now. You're talking about PMQs. But the Russians learned financing the Western left wing during the Cold War was a waste of money. Financing the right wing. Oh yeah, I see your point. Good point. Hello, Heather Hanks. Right, so over here, we've got our other field here. We've got 2 hectares is what we've got, just over 2 hectares actually. But it's just, that includes what the house is sitting on. So it goes, there's our random shed made out of old bits of tin that we took off the roof. So that is all, this field we want to pretty much make into a little mini plantation. Oh, there's like a cat over there. I think it's a cat. That is. I don't think you can see him. There's Riley in the grass. So that field we just literally want to plant up. We can't plant too much in the far corner because, it literally feathers off to rock in that where it drops off over there. But that's going to be complete. And then I don't know if you can see it. You almost sit, mate, I don't think. La 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 la. Oh, thank you, Rufus. Yeah, it's lovely here. Don't get me wrong. This place is constant work, absolutely constant. It's just we're really struggling to keep up with it. It's not just the work the physical work. It's the actual money it takes. It's just constant paying out all the while. Just everything's expensive because everything is big and chunky, a bit like me. So you probably can't, and also the sun is shining this way. But on the other side, you're not going to see it very well. You might be able to see it in the distance. We don't look after, it's our field, but the farmer's using it at the moment. And they're retiring that particular farm. We've got 2 farmers on his land here, but that farmer's actually retiring. And so we either rent it off again or we plant it up. And I think we're going to be planting it up. But he's retiring by the end of this year, you see. So we've got a choice. We might be, by the end of this, by sort of early next year, we might be able to plant it up. If not, the following year or the following autumn. But yeah, it's all that, or we rent it to the farm again. I don't know, to another farmer. But anyway, you can't see it, but in the distance, it goes off down, and then it goes up again, and up to the woodland, up the edge of the woodland there. So it's quite a bit of area to plant up. And when we did our first estimates regarding trees, oh my God, we got a few quotes in, and we didn't read the small print, the description very well. We misunderstood it, and it's there were sticks, literally like little twigs. And the prices we were just way off on our prices. So what we're going to do is we're going to propagate as much as we can as well. But we've got to be careful. We can't have just the same trees, because then you've got risk of disease and infection. You need that mix. Obviously you get cross. If one tree gets like the dieback, ash dieback. I can't remember though. Oh, anyway, if you get one tree gets a disease or something, or a fungus, the whole lot gets it because it's susceptible to a certain type of fungus. So the best thing you can do is just mix them up so they don't they can't. So it's almost like a low man's land. It's like if you've got an earthquake and that's what you suit on already. I was going to say stick a bomb down the end of the crack or something, and then it don't spread any further. Sort of, maybe. Anyway, I'm going to put you on my tripod because then we're going to do a bit of propagating. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I love it when a plan comes together. Let's bring in a bit closer. So what I've got over here is some contorted willow. It's a twisted willow, like the witchy willow. And this is from our tree that you probably just saw over there. That one we just walked up to over there. And that tree there was literally, we propagated it from a stick before, amongst a few others. And they're really nice trees as well. And I got that from a branch that I nicked off a tree at a local lake. Yeah. Public lake, where people can paddle and stuff. Oh, I'm a TIE fighter. Oh, put you over there. Bird box, that is beautiful. Nuts. It's more work than I thought, but there, we'll get there. Alright, so what we got is a couple of buckets here. What I would like to be in these buckets is a concrete for these buckets, and maybe Boris Johnson's feet. I've got, I think that might be a very practical solution to a very difficult problem. Because I can't see him going anywhere. Unless we... yeah. I shouldn't say things like that, should I? No. No. But I will. Right, how would we do this without this? Yeah, let's get it so we can actually see. Yeah, so it's not just Putin, though. Obviously, you've got Xi Jinping. He's doing the same thing, isn't he? Look what he's doing in Africa. He's signed up like 100-year deals in some African countries. One in particular, I can't remember which one it is now. Is it barium or barium? Barium? One of the components they use in lithium batteries. So, yeah, we'll build you a road, but we want you to, a bit like that, Plus, obviously, somebody who works in the same lines as Jacob Rees-Mogg and Boris Johnson get a big bung in their back pocket. So, yeah, that's kind of what happens. So I've got a couple of buckets. and I've got some twigs. Now, when you do this propagate with willow, some people think, oh yeah, you need the nice bright green stuff, all the... I'll show you, come your way. They think you need the young growth, but you don't. You don't want the young growth, you want the woody stuff. That's the growth you want if you're going to propagate willow. If you do this young growth, you're less likely to get it to shoot. It's bendy stuff. There's something about willows actually is a useful tree as well, actually, that and also hazel, because they're very flexible timbers. You know, like willow hurdles and stuff they use in fencing, what have you, or, you know, horse jumping. It's absolutely simple. So, let's take that away. All you need is some loppers or... And that's the other thing I'd like, you know, if you imagine you just put Boris Johnson's wiener in there, it'd be for the greater good, wouldn't it? Yeah. That's what I think, anyway. I'm sure you agree. Right, I'm not sure it'll work very well, but I'll put the light on because it's very, very bright. That sun is very contrasty. No, it ain't done nothing at all. Yeah. A bung in the back pocket, yes, exactly. They're far less subtle these days. And that's the thing, isn't it? They're doing it straight in your face, and they're telling you almost that they're doing it. And because it's so desensitized, we're so desensitized to it, it's almost becoming, oh, that's what happens. You know, that's what they do anyway. So what? Doesn't matter. He's a man of the people. He's one of us. Yeah, right. So what I'm going to do, well, it's so simple. Literally, if you've got something like that, about, well, 300 ml to the end, that's all you need. Go to a nodule, chop it off. Oh no, I dropped it on the floor. What you can also do is stick it in a bucket of water for a while, and what you'll find is you'll get all these little nodes come off here. Off for like, what area there? Say for about here. You'll get those little nodes come off, and there'll be roots. There's one, that node that'll come off there. And there'll be roots. And then you plug it in the ground, and it'll grow, that'll be a tree. Simple as that. Well, what I'm going to do is we've got loads of these old buckets with holes in the bottom. Basically, they're old buckets we used on the house. And, yeah, for whatever reason, we don't, yeah, no good anymore. So or split that inside, normally it happens. We just do that. Now that will grow into a tree. Do it around the outside here, so let's like to dry out then. Now we can use the secateurs. So this stuff is no good. That's no good. That is okay. You can tell because it's too flat. This stuff's too bendy. So we just use this stuff here. That's how I did all the other trees. And just on there, and that's the same again. And just stick it into the bucket and just keep doing that. But it's just you can help it along by literally just stick it in a bucket of water. So it'll start shooting it and then move it on. But it's so damp, wet at the moment. You know, there's no need to do that. So these all get roots on them. And what there's once I've got a bit of root on them, I'll then move them on. That was still usable. That is no good. So what use that? We use these. It's fine. And then you just use, you know, get on to the next one. So, and like I say, they'll grow into trees. And where this came from exactly the same. I've got probably 8 of those trees now. So we're going to obviously have quite a few more of them as well. And they're quite quick growing. They're not slow. Once those roots get hold, they grow quite quickly, which is quite handy because we need to get so many. We want to make a difference before we're dead. If that makes any sense. Is that morbid? I think it was a little bit morbid, isn't it? So even that big old chunky thing like that, that's a cutting still. It's a woody cutting, and we just push it into the bucket like so. That'll still grow roots. One more into that bucket, then I'll do the next bucket. So I reckon we could do probably a couple hundred trees like that really. That'll cut down the costs. Because at the moment, it's looking like it's going to cost like 50 grand if we're not careful. If we're going to buy all the trees to do both fields. Yeah, reasonable sized trees it is. When I say reasonable, I say up to about 1.5 to 2 metres, so it's not that big. We want to be interesting as well to make it more fun. Somebody did say about, why don't you just leave it alone, don't cut the grass, don't do nothing, what have you. And that'll just obviously go back to nature. Yeah, okay, that will. The only problem is, all we'll end up with is acacia here. And acacia, although it's a very good timber, it's a good wood, acacia, but it's like a weed. and it'll just take over, and anything else you've got will just die off, and the acacia will just be all acacia, which is obviously not what we want to happen. It's so aggressive. It's like people who want to plant things like bamboo, because we've got bamboo here, and that's gone mad. And that tethers through the ground, and you end up with like masses of bamboo, which is fine. Yeah, we've got room for it, not a problem. But it is very invasive. So I love this stuff. It's so cool. So yeah, it's like a Medusa. We'll get one more out of that. Yeah. Even though you got, even if it's like growth like that, you get rid of it. Because what I do is, you say, I get leaf on it, and I just suck all the water out of the plant, and I just dehydrate, and then it'll, it'll just die. Be no good. So, next one. But it's quite, yeah, I love it. It's all bendy. But it's a very workable wood, so it's quite good. It's not a rock-proof, mind, to be honest. Not willow, but it grows so fast it doesn't really matter. See, some trees are obviously environmentally excellent, like cedar. Fantastic timber. It resists pest damage and what have you, and does a brilliant job at that, and it grows fast. But people don't seem to grow it here. Well, it's not much. You don't get much cedar here. So it's very much an American thing, isn't it? They use like cedar shingles on the roofs and stuff like that. It's a brilliant timber though. It's also good that you can put in the back of wardrobes and drawers, and just to, help prevent you getting moth damage. You get mothballs, don't you? That's made of cedar generally, or impregnated beech. So. I was trying to work. It seems to be ever since the invasion, Russia, what have you, that my channel's really sort of suffered somewhat. Again, really frustrating. And it's almost like I think it is the internet just overloaded with it all. And maybe is that a reason why I'm not getting quite as many views. It's funny. There's like the impressions just almost like they got not switched off necessarily, but they just slowed right up. There you go. Things centralised, I think. Right. So I think that's probably about it. I might get one more out of that. Yeah, well, that one's good enough. Yeah, like I say, the green stuff, just ordinary green growth won't actually cut the mustard. It has to be woody stuff. Put that one in there. So that'll do that for a minute. That's it. So they've planted some trees. So we'll put them there. Our drinker, which is an old animal drinker. It's literally like a big concrete thing in the ground, and it's fed from a water source high up in the land, and it's a pipe going to under the ground, and basically gravity fills the drinker. So these will, in quite a short period of time, especially now the weather's getting a bit warmer, these will make all little roots on the bottoms, and what I'll do is I'll then knock it out the buckets, shake the soil off to expose the roots, and put them straight in the ground or into another planter, into another bucket or something. There you go. So if you've got any old willow, and you'll know if you've got willow at the moment because willows start having catkins on it. I love catkins, very cool. But we've got 4 varieties of willow here. We've got a common willow. We've got this contorted one. I'm not sure what they call it here. But also we've got what's called a flamingo, which is the one with the variegated, sort of like a pinky variegated leaf. So, not be politically minded. Was that what I'm talking about? Talking about plants, but just that, I just want people to see that we are actually. Oh, hazel's your favourite tree. Oh, yeah, we've got hazels here. We've got some hazels in the top corner, and we've got a couple in the field over there, and some on the boundary. But they're brilliant. Yes, coppices. So anything like willow, great for coppicing. Even silver birch, you can coppice quite nicely. Chestnut coppices work really well. What else is there? Oh, your hazel, willow, chestnut. I was just thinking about, and obviously silver birch. Well, there's others as well. The trees that you don't want to try and coppice are ones like oaks. They don't like coppice and they generally die. They don't like it at all. So, what I'll do though this year, though, when the weather changes, start getting on the garden, I want to do live streams while I'm doing the garden and stuff. Like talking about stuff, obviously. But I don't know, plant potatoes, for instance, in the greenhouse. I'm going to do. Might do that even. Maybe something I'll do it on the weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Hello, Rinabo. Did you? Oh, well, welcome, and I'm very pleased to have you here. So, Rinabo just came by the channel from the Brexit vids. Yes, I have. Do you realise there's about 13? I think it's about 1,300 videos on my channel now, and most of the old ones, because obviously it's not it's time-related content in most of it. So all the old stuff really is it doesn't really do anything. It wouldn't really affect the channel if I deleted them all, really. And some of them are quite embarrassing. If you look at some of my older videos, oh my god. My newer ones are bad enough, but my older ones, oh god, what the hell was I thinking? Oh dear. Bit of laugh. Hello, Bastoin, I hope you're well. Yes, the Starmer used his barrister mind and peer cues, but I do not wish he showed some. I do, yeah. There's no passion, is there? It's like it's cold. Do you know when I was so pleased when Starmer became leader of Labour? I really was. I'll be absolutely honest. Oh God, this is going to be, a fresher breath. Fresher breath. Yeah, a breath of fresh air. That's it. I thought that's what I thought, but no. It's rapidly gone downhill, isn't it? We need some soul in the party. Oh, you know what? Not Corbyn, but the other leader. Of the Labour Party. When he took over from Starmer, because Starmer had COVID or his daughter had COVID or something like that, and he held Boris Johnson. He got by the short and curlies, he did. He was brilliant. I can't remember his name. God, I'm losing my mind. I must be. I'll come to me in a minute. Oh, dear. Do you know what? Ever since I started doing it, Miliband, Edmund, Miliband. Yeah, he was cheers for that. you keep me on the straight and narrow. Yeah, I just found that I just watched him, and it's like Boris Johnson. He shrunk into his shell. He really did. He was brilliant. I wish he was just more like that. When he was leading the Labour Party. I do feel they probably got they're kind of a bit restrained from momentum and stuff. Oh, my dear wife. I've just stuck sticks in buckets for you. Yeah, I made a mess down there. She's complaining because I made a mess. Oh dear. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh no. Aren't you going to feed me now? They're going to end up feeding you. Feed you? I don't need feeding. I got enough reserves. I'll make you a coffee. Oh, that'd be good. You've been busy in the garden, ain't you, darling? You had enough? Well, you have been out all day. She's been weeding in the garden with a teaspoon. That's what it looks like, anyway. She's a good soul. Yeah, she's heavy. I am actually a lucky man. We do have our problems, and sometimes, she frustrates me, and I frustrate her, But she is a good soul. She really is. She's a kind person. She must be the part with me. Very tolerant that she is. Poor bugger. Oh, she must have been desperate. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, you've got a fun enough personality. Oh, thank you. Very kind of you. Yeah, you're right. To be honest, everything down there is rapidly going downhill. Obviously talking about the UK. It is. It's quite sad to see, actually. I'm very glad I'm here in France. But my family still lives in the UK. Some of you gals do. So it's a bit of a worry. Again, now we've got this Russian worry as well, haven't we? Heather Hanks says, "Hello, dear wife." She's out of breath. The problem is, the biggest problem about a hill is you run down it, but then you've got to walk up the blooming thing.
It's just that we've got 5 acres of land, and that's just...
What's that? It's more than 5 acres. That's more than 5 acres, darling. 3.5 hectares. There'll be trees soon, hopefully. Maybe it'll be less to do regarding cutting grass anyway. But that'll be a long way off. So done? Oh, she's talking to a dog. Yes, we talk to our dogs. All three of them. Little Waddy's laying down there. Oh, watching. His little character he is. I spy my little eyes something beginning with T. Oh, what's that? That's coffee. What tea? Tea. What do you say with tea? Oh, they got me. Oh. Hey, number 3. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Marcus, YouTube gets its money via advertising. Very true. If your channel is unsuitable in some way, then it will be demoted. Yeah, I think you're right. Probably knocked the nail on the head there. It just after when it plummeted for 2 months, it went down rock bottom, and then after actually from the 1st of February, all of a sudden, wow, that's craggy. We've got crazy views again, and it's fun. I was getting all excited and getting really enthused by it again. But the last week it's just gone. But you can see it in the analytics when you're watching it live on the analytics. It's like they're showing my videos, and it flatlines on the impressions. The amount of times they actually show the link, the little card. So that's what happened the last videos put up, which is very, very frustrating. We're actually Rainbow. We're actually quite in sleep. Actually, we don't want to go out much because why would we? It's lovely here anyway. And also with COVID, how it's been, it's kind of put us into a bit of a habit there. We kind of hang about here all the while, and we're always busy. Always busy. Obviously me doing this as well, and I'm trying to work, and I'm trying to look after the place. In the meantime, we don't really go out very far, and no one's really meeting up anyway because obviously COVID. Or that'll probably change. When you've had 20 or plus years under your belt, give or take a key factor, keep things going, keeping things, Rainbow said, Rinabo, I keep calling Rainbow. Sorry, Rinabo says that I'm also glad I don't live in the UK. Yeah, I do worry about it though. There's always going to be a part of you in the UK. I'm very frustrated, very angry how some things have, the turn it's taken. But it's kind of like ever since 2016, 2015, 2016, it's really taken a dive. It must be Brexit, isn't it, Like it was, all of a sudden it's politically correct to be racist again. I can't cope with that, I really can't. I've long given up about politics. The real revolution will come when we reclaim the land and support each other in local co-ops. Yeah, we do. We do that here actually as well. So we've got our friends also. We grow a lot of stuff. They grow a lot of stuff, and we swap. Sometimes things that we grow are completely not a flop. Usually brassicas like cauliflowers and cabbages and all those sort of things. One year they're absolutely brilliant, and the next year complete and utter waste of time. Because our land is +1 acidic. It's a little bit acidic, so it's that's not that great for brassicas. We have to lime everything, but we struggle with it. Rule says my brother lives in France, Normandy. Okay, up north, and I'm going over to see him soon. Great place to live, man. Yeah, it's lovely here. I'm in the Limousin, which is sort of in the middle, sort of Nouvelle Aquitaine, sort of north of Nouvelle Aquitaine, and it's it's lovely. It's very rural, and it's a bit of a Marine Le Pen area. Although that's fading fast. She's not doing very well actually. She's struggling. Macron is he's up there still. He's doing quite well, which is a blessing. A lot of people don't like Macron for whatever reason it might be, but I feel he's been quite good to us. And regarding the increases. I think it's something about who mentioned it earlier today. Somebody mentioned it earlier today. Oh, I can't remember what was that. Anyway, energy prices in the UK obviously they've gone through the roof, haven't they? Crazy increases. It's only gone up about 2-3% here. Energy prices, and then they give us this direct payment to compensate for inflation. every year we get a payment anyway, around 240, 250 euros. Anyway, everybody does, yeah. Basically, they say, you paid too much to this. They tally the books up and you get it back. Yeah, so everybody gets a chunk of the money. Last year, it was 240, actually. 244, I think it was last year. And the same thing happens usually April every year. But also, this year, we've had a payment of 100 euros each, me and Caroline, as a part of the inflation, because of the inflation thing. So it's terrible, isn't it? What a terrible place to live. So yeah, it's been quite good, really. The more divided the population, the less attention is paid to what is going on around them because it's automatic. And the other is the enemy. Yes, that is very true. But also, when you consider the way that, he said it himself, Boris Johnson, hasn't he? He just hit the public and the press, the media, with gaff after gaff after gaff after gaff. They're just too busy. They can't report on the real news. They're just, no. He reckons they're in despair. That's what he said. The YouTube algorithm constantly suggests far-right... Oh, really? Oh, lovely. Despite me being a raving eco-feminist. They're trying to turn you. That's what it is. They're trying to turn you. Oh, it's probably something to do with Farage. Because you say that, but like for instance, my videos, who's one of the most prolific adverts? Well, it's been shown up quite a few times on my videos. It's been Farage. Farage. If I could get hold of him, if I could get away with it. Oh, I mustn't say, no, but I would. Duke Vinyon says, I'm waiting for a new kettle to be delivered because the old one broke. I'm coming down from all the caffeine I drink. Caffeine. I drink too much caffeine. I'm in France, after all. We do drink a lot of caffeine. Rinabo said, I very nearly got rejected a permit to stay in the Netherlands because of a lot of reasons, and it would have destroyed my life. Oh, crikey. Are you in the Netherlands, are you? That's cool. It's very flat. Yeah, I've been through there on a bike. It seems to go on forever. It is very flat. So again, I come from a very flat place. I'm from Norfolk, so that's very flat too. Unless you're on a push bike, then you find all the hills. Oh, Chris Fisher, what's Chris Fisher say? YouTube promotes anger and division. Just like, because everyone likes shock. It's always clickbait, isn't it? You know what I did? A while back, I had a little bit of an experiment. I did a couple of clickbaity titles. One was The Spanish Hate the Brits, which was a bit clickbait because it wasn't really... It was kind of about that, but it wasn't. It was, but it wasn't. It wasn't quite a direct answer to the title. It wasn't a direct title. And that video did really well. So if you want to get on the old bandwagon, you probably do okay. But it makes me very uncomfortable. Oh, with the green. I live close to the highest point in the Netherlands. Is there a high point? Jokingly called the Dutch Alps. Really? Is it a pimple? You just walk up to it and you lift your right leg up and you step over it. Is that what you do? Maybe. Oh, we've got some friends here. I've mentioned them before. Lisa Nui from the Netherlands. She's moved here from the Netherlands. Now, if no, I can't say that because I'm married. But if for instance, if all the women in the Netherlands look like our friend Lisa Nui, I think I'd move. But I can't because I'm married and I've got dogs. Arnhem, a delirious grandpa. Right now, I live in Arnhem. 323 metres. Oh, that's reasonably high. It's high when you're high. Okay, Mowgray. Nice area, yeah. Yeah, we've got an area not far from here, which is at 400 and... How high is the Puy de Pompidou? The highest point here, was it about, isn't that high, is it? It's about 430 odd metres. I mean high, in 10 kilometres high. Oh, it's not that high, it's about 4, yeah. It's high enough, but it's not that high. And the Nazis used to camp out on it to keep lookout, but they didn't realise that the Marquis was camped out on the adjacent hill. They used to live in little huts, in the trees and stuff, in the underground. They didn't want the kids fighting for the Germans, so they hid them. It's one of the, when I've done videos, my little walking about videos in the woodlands. Then I think I did a video in there before. A few videos actually I've done in there. Oh, thank you, Drapier. Very nice to see you here. Yeah, just I do find it hard. Obviously, the one thing I'm doing because the weather's been pretty bad, but also I need to be able to get enough videos out to keep my numbers up, because I just can't make it work otherwise at the moment, and I have to do it quickly. And when I do it the other way, it takes me so long. And when I was doing the edited videos, oh my god, it took me like 6 hours for each video. It's just ridiculous. I just couldn't maintain it. I was getting so ill, really, to be honest. And then you spend a lot of time on the video, and then it's completely out of flop, and you feel so hard, It rips it out of you, it does. Oh, you've been to the Pyrenees region in France? Yes, same here. I biked over it. A push bike. It's hilly, very hilly. I went for it down Perpignan on the push bike with my son. So my son biked. He went over the Hook of Holland, south, through Limoges. We met up in Limoges, in Bellac actually. And then we biked into Limoges, and from Limoges went to Perpignan, national park area. And we thought, oh no, we'll go that way, it looks quicker. Yeah, on the map maybe. But the thing is, it was literally uphill. It took us all day to get up there. It's about a kilometre above sea level. It's very high, and it was about 1,000 metres. Yeah, it was. And it took us literally all day to get up this flipping hill because you're going backwards and forwards like this, backwards and forwards, and it took about 15, 20 minutes to come down again the other side. We camped in a local field, what do they call it? Stayed. Yeah, and it's on a football pitch. So we pitched up on there and left early in the morning. I woke up, there's a big lizard staring at me. Okay. That's the first, that hadn't happened to me before. But coming down these hills, or down that mountain, and it was just nuts on all over the road, sort of like hazelnuts or something, or I don't know, it might even be chestnut. I don't know what it was, because it's completely dark, and our lights were so inadequate, we couldn't see anything. And it's just, if you come off the side of the road, you go, poof, you're gone, bye bye. That was interesting. You could hear all these nuts, crunch, you come down the hill. Literally 15, 20 minutes we were down, all day to get up it. God, that was hard work. And at the time I was similar weight to I am now. Fat. Darren's very slender, and got a lot of stamina, and he just bikes straight up there, and as if it's, just plod. He's got to the top. And there's me, sweat pouring off. God, lost a little bit of weight doing it, mind. There you go. Oh, you get a good laugh at the video. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like to try and take a light. The ones I want to do regarding Ukraine are not going to be like, unless it's to do with ineptitude of our government. I hate saying that. If it's to do with it, but then obviously I'll take a piss out of them. But as far as other people's trauma, no, I won't. I just want to get a story across. I'm going to be. I mentioned it actually in the video. What I'm going to be doing. Hey, Dom, she's bought me a coffee. Can't be bad. You got no shoes? Chuck it. I'll catch it. Oh dear. Okay, Dom. Thank you. Can you manage? Okay. I'm back. She says she's going to hoover up and then she's going to walk the dogs. I might have to go and help her. Not hoover up. I'm the one who creates a mess. I don't clear it up, no. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is on my website. I've got a website which is allshorts.eu. Yes, it can be EU because I live in the EU, unlike leave.eu, who got their domain ripped away from them. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so I'm going to have to do a Dropbox on there, some description. So I want to try and touch base with people in, hopefully in Ukraine, even Russia. I want to get other people's stories and other people's take on it, and then I'll just put it into my videos. Or you just make it the video. Obviously, I'll make sure I've got their permission. The whole point, obviously, of sending me stuff would be to you'd be given permission at the same time anyway. But yeah. Rinabo says, I want to go back to living in a more mountainous region to bike around. But it's sad that I don't really have the option to live anywhere else. Yeah, that's a good point, Rinabo, actually. It's like we've moved to the EU ourselves. But if we want to say, okay, I want to move to Spain now. I want to go live in Spain. With all the expats, immigrants in their concrete jungles. Well, I'll not be able to. Because it's a country by country right. So we can't just, it's not an EU thing. France has given us the option, the right to be able to live here as though we were before. But we can't move again. Oh, I've got a super chat. Someone got me super chat. Give me super chat. Oh, that's cool. Bad. Oh, Heather Hanks. Oh, thank you very much, Heather. You're most kind. Oh, cool. Oh. Did you say... I've been... Heather, I've got a long way to go as yet, but I've been making a bird box. And it's... I've been doing it on another channel, but I've got a lot more work to do. But it's a Darth Fighter. Yeah. It's a TIE Fighter. Darth Vader TIE Fighter. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, come back. And so yeah, it's interesting. Chris Fisher says, yeah, I like the light-hearted whom are cool. There's too many people out there shouting crap. Check out Jeff. Oh my God, yeah, The Undertaker. All I need, I need a velvet curtain. Well, I don't think his set has changed ever since he started doing the video. And I'm absolutely certain I'm sure that bloke, I'll tell you, I reckon he's got loads of ear hair and loads of nasal hair. I bet you every time he goes on, the first thing he does, he gets his nasal trimmer out and does his snoz and his ears. That's my take. Oh, got another super chat. Oh wow, thank you. Who's that? Shiny Warm, thank you. Yeah, we'll be getting there. We're gonna, we're good luck with the Rewilding suit, Shiny Warm says. And we are. Yeah, we're getting there. It's not gonna happen overnight, is it? There's a lot to do, but we just got to remain enthused about it, and that way we make sure it gets done. And we are enthused about it, and we are excited about it, and we're really excited about the wildlife aspect of it. Like we've been making obviously making basic bird boxes as well, not just TIE fighters. But also bat boxes. We made this one the other day. I've got some more actually. I've started making as well. Yeah, you got the bat box there, or got a bat house, and then another little one there. So it's just they're going to be mounted on this building actually, just below the eaves, as long as there's a clear fall form underneath. Because the bats, what they do is they don't like, oh yeah, we're ready, we're going to go for flight. No, they just fall out, literally. They just fall out, and then they get flight, and they go. So you've got to make sure there's nothing underneath the bat boxes. We've got bat boxes, and there's an oak tree over there. And I can see it, a big oak tree at the back there. And it's, can you see it? That one, there. There's bat boxes that we put up there, and they've got bats in them. You know, because it's all bat poo. Drooping out the back of the bat box. On the little laddery bit with the grooves in. And yeah, so you've got to make sure there's a clear run from the hooks so they can fall and not hit anything, and then they can take flight. So they're incredible creatures. And I absolutely love it when we sit out in the evening, and you got the outside light on, you got glistening, you get the way they fly, it's just like, and they just literally they miss everything. You think there's banging into stuff. Those little sonars, oh well. We need them in our cars. Wish I drive this one so they keep bumping into each other. Otherwise, one day they'll happen. Rinabo says, oh, he's done that already. I said it already. It's a bit rough around the edges, that old TIE fighter, but it's only for us, so. What I do, and I've been humming and hawing about it for ages now. I want to make a Millennium Falcon in wood, but big. I say big, about a metre, so it's almost 1-to-1 scale to the actual model itself. That's what I would like to build in timber, but maybe keep it in timber so it's like, got all the different. So you can see it's wood, all different woods, lots of different woods, like walnuts and cherries, and woods that I can get here, obviously. Bat poo, precious. Yeah, I have to admit, living here in the EU, especially when you hear all the negative rhetoric towards the EU, and living here, it's a load of baloney, complete and utter baloney. The EU only exists because it needs to keep the people on side, so it does the things for the people. It's all about. It is a protectionist racket. You could say that. It's exactly what it is, but it's protecting us. It's just nuts. And I'm sure there's corruption, but I love the immigrants line. Yeah, what? Yeah, expats. No, I mean immigrants. Yeah, that just gets me. No, you never get an expat, do you? That's like, happens to be Romanian. They're never expats. No, they're immigrants or migrants or, never expats. It's a made-up word. It's because we're special. We're precious, we are. We're English. We're British. Oh. Probably more the English side. Do you feel in Scotland that it's that you get that kind of almost imperialist kind of, we're better than imperialist, superior, we're better than everybody kind of feel? Because I hear it from the most strangest people who, quite frankly, aren't too bright. Some really real oddballs, and they think they're better than everybody else. Not that any form of education whatsoever. Not saying snobby, but it's just, it's just. There's a stigma there. Not a stigma. I suppose it's stereotyping, but I've just met so many. You can't argue with them, or even not argue. You can't try and convince them that what they're saying is wrong, is pointless. You're kind of like flogging a dead horse. But yeah, going back to what I was originally talking about, I just yeah, yeah. At least the French jail, their former PMs, they do. Have they jailed them? Have they tagged them? I can't remember now. Sarkozy. For us, actually, Sarkozy was quite good because he brought on the you become self-employed. You could do what you called an AE scheme, which is an auto-entrepreneur, and that allowed you to work here as self-employed. And it's oh no, Wally's defluffing teddy bears. Yes. Then Wally, what are you doing? He's literally gutted a teddy bear. Let me just show you that because it's quite it's kind of comical that fellow he is. Oh, he's got his teddy. Well, there's a part of his teddy. And there is the teddy. Oh, there it is. Oh, he's gone. Gonna get it. Oh, there he is. Carl, I hope you're going to fix this teddy when you get back. Oh, sod. What are they going to do with him, eh? Well, the others have disappeared. Oh, God. We've got 3 dogs. We've got Wally, which is that one, little ginger one. And we've got Pandora and Sebastian. Oh, they've gone that way. There's Sebastian. Apparently so. Oh dear. Yeah, poor Daddy. Da, da, da. As I might say. Duke vengeance. The word is evaders. Avoidance is legal. Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, I'm just gonna get. I'm just gonna run and get a battery. My battery's about to run out. Got one in there. Plug that in there. Oh, got one there as well. Oh, silly me. That'll do. I think we're plugged in. Yeah, we're in business. Very good. So yeah, I do want to cover some stuff regarding Ukraine, but I want to have a take on it. But yeah, how you doing? Rest in peace. I take it that's a Teddy. If you're a US expat, the people in the US consider it short for expatriate. For those of us that emigrated from the US, we call ourselves emigrants or immigrants and reserve expat for short times. Oh, I see. That's interesting. But they don't. No one else can even. What's over there? Seems to want to consider that. Oh, we've got a light aircraft flying over. Yeah, we've got a there's a couple of little airstrips around here. What's going on here? Plant some reeds. Hello, Jasper. Hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, we have actually got. We can plant some reeds. We want to put in a reed bed here, but in France the law is you've got to have at least 2 properties on a reed bed. Otherwise, they consider it can't work properly. You need enough poo. Oh, I've got a solution. We need a diversion on the M20. That's a bit far, isn't it? Yeah. There's plenty of poo there, and urine. Yeah, there's a thing called a FOSS septic here, which is basically a septic tank. Yeah. Christopher says, if you want to find out how accepting the English are, do as I did and go to a family member's wedding wearing a kilt. I didn't feel any English love as a Scotsman in England. Oh, I'd have loved you. Not literally, but yeah. I'm happily married. It is a problem. You've only got to watch it, like from Ian Blackford in Pim Goose, isn't you? He's just totally disregard. All of a sudden, all the yap volume increases when and he has to be so flippin' loud to overpower it all. And then you got Leslie Hoyle doesn't, tell him to shut the hell up. Rinabo says, I've heard the word expat used by non-British people, but it's always in the context of people from white countries moving to less white countries. Oh. One guy called you... You're Scottish, I take it. Why would you be a leprechaun? That's Irish, isn't it? Did you have a shamrock in your hair or something? I don't know. God. Were you digging ditches like an Irish navvy? No? Okay. Were you under a bridge? Did you have some lucky gold? Oh, give me the gold! Oh. Yep. Okay. Oh, dear. Yeah, so I want to have a take on the Ukrainian things, so Ukrainian issues on a more of a culture basis and more of a personal basis for people. You know what I mean? How their lives are affected by what's going on. That's why we'll take. Obviously, I need to try and find out what's going on, because obviously this stuff isn't reported, is it? So I need to try and find it. So it's one of them things, really, isn't it? Green says the definition of expat has nothing to do with which country. It applies only to people who are sent from their home country somewhere else by their companies, often rich Western countries. My mic! Oh yeah, where is it? It's there. Oh, it's there. I clipped it up there. Thank you. Obviously, I was too far away. As for the volume, it's probably going like that, but yeah. Changing. The volume's going up and down, I bet. Hello, Daily Blase. I hope you're well. I love your guitar playing, and was that you singing? That's what I want to know. And I saw you had another comment, someone asking, was that you singing? We want to know, we do. Do you have a pot of gold? Oh, give me the gold. That's what Jasper says. What? My kids and I were considered traitors by the US people because I married a Belgian and moved here. Really? That's terrible. Sorry to hear that. Let's do it. I'm glad to be finally free of US citizenship, even if it took me years to save the money. Blimey, that's terrible. But even in the US, it's a very multicultural place, and you know what I mean, from state to state to state. There's no two places the same, are they? Yeah. There's a lot of divide, though. Rinabo says, I never get any love in England. I'm dark-skinned and have a foreign accent. So even though I have a British citizenship, I'm never treated like I do. Well, that's terrible. I do actually appreciate where you're coming from. I don't know if you already know this, but my grandchildren are black. Their father's Nigerian, you know, and as my daughter's partner, and they live together as a family, and they too have had quite a few issues. So not from because they've got like a fairly close community, Christian community, of other Nigerians and other Africans, and they've really very they look after each other, you know, and they haven't treated Yasmin, my daughter, with any disrespect. But in the other direction, as in the racists, xenophobes, whatever they call them. Well, it's been the other way around. I've mentioned this before. One thing that sticks in my mind is when they were on a bus and these old women, you know, come up to them and told them they were disgusting. So there was just my daughter, my little granddaughter, and Ken, and you know, sitting in the bus, and they told them they're disgusting. You know, mixed race family. Why the hell does it matter? Really? Rinabo says, I'll be scrapping my British citizenship at the first opportunity. Now, Duke Vengeance says, I hate racists. Yeah, me too. Crikey. Awful, awful creatures. They're not real people. Yeah, I've heard that as well, Rufus. I've heard Scottish people are far more accepting. And they got a crazy accent. They're as bad as my Norfolk. Oh, Indie Truck Davey. God, I watch his videos. I do have to make sure I'm really listening because I want to hear what he has to say. But he's never a YouTuber on here. He's about Scottish independence. He does a lot of videos about Scottish independence. And if Mo Green's still here, he will know who I'm talking about, obviously. And but I really want to hear what you say about sometimes the accent's so strong for me. Scottish accent is so strong. I struggle, especially when he gets passionate about something. He's always just shouting it out. He is. But he's a YouTuber. He's he's pretty good. He usually he does a lot of his videos inside his truck. But he certainly knows his stuff. He really does. I did try Scotland, but I got assaulted by a guy and the police were... Oh, really? Rinabo said that. That's terrible. The fear of foreigners is exactly what xenophobia literally means. Exactly correct. Peter, Stuart, how you doing, buddy? We all came from Central Africa before we spread around the world. Yeah, good point. You know? Racism. We're all mixed anyway. I very much doubt a pedigree. I very much doubt it. Well, you got obviously the Roman occupation, and you got Asia as well. Oh, it's a cat. Cat jumping at something. I hope it's not a bird. Yeah, so it's just the likelihood of us being any kind of pedigree is pretty slim. Unless you're ginger. Sorry, Scots. Oh, we used to work with a guy. I can't remember his name now. I'm losing my mind. I'm sure of it. But anyway, he was a ginger lad, and massive ears like plug out Beano, and we used to call Wing that. That was basically his name. He got that kind of got adopted, and he just went along with it. So he referred to himself as Wing that as well. But lovely, lovely, lovely lad. He really was. But his bright, his hair was literally it was like that colour up there. That's it, like that colour. Bright orange. His hair was. It was really, really lovely lad. And we all got on like house of fun. We just took the mick out of each other. Sort of building slight banter, you know. So if it's harmless and you're not hurting each other. Hair dye in old age takes care of ginger. Besides, it's auburn. See, this is distinguished. Yeah, it's not grey. It's distinguished. I'm silvering. That's it. I'm going silver. Argent. That is. There are nice people in the UK. There's nice people everywhere. I think on the whole, most people are decent. I think most people are. I really do. I do really. My videos might not say that. You might think opposite if you watch my videos, but I do actually believe that most people in the UK are actually quite decent. But it's always the loudest, isn't it? It's always the loudest out there who say the most horrible, foul stuff. There again, saying that, was that 52, 48? Doesn't mean 52% weren't very nice. What they say this, not everyone who voted for Brexit was a racist, but every racist voted for Brexit. Oh dear. Immigration, it all boils down to immigration, it always did, even all the way through Brexit. Everything pointed to immigration. Silver Fox! Cheers, Rufus. Oh dear. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, I mentioned it, I didn't finish what I was saying. I'm going to do a Dropbox on my website. So basically what we're going to have is there'll be a link in the description on those videos. Probably do it on all the videos, actually. Actually, I might do it in general, even. If anyone wants sharing from me with pictures and stuff, then you see, so they can actually send me stuff. Because obviously with the YouTube itself, you can't actually send any links. Well, you can send links, but you can't send images and pictures or stuff. Or stuff you might not necessarily want associated with your handle on YouTube. You want to keep it, but you want to tell the story, but you don't necessarily want to keep it private. That's what I'm saying. So no names used. So yeah, which I would most definitely respect, obviously. Yeah, I just want to be able to try and get some more grassroots kind of stories out there, instead of me constantly hunting down bits of news and trying to cross-reference them with other stuff, and then make my videos up from that. You'd be surprised how much time that takes as well. And obviously, I'm not saying it'll be any quicker, but it does take a lot of time in putting stuff like that together. If you're just working from a Twitter or a web page or something like that. But when you've got to rewrite, because I have to write it in a way that I can actually say it as well. Otherwise, I just make mistakes because my head don't work that way. So I have to write it in a way that I can actually rehearse it and then try and get the words out. And then, surprisingly long it takes. It takes ages. And then you've got to get the stuff uploaded onto the YouTube itself, which obviously takes time. You know. The Netherlands, this is Rindenbo, are saying that the was only a happy accident, but I don't think It's where I want to permanently settle. Very tolerant country, the Netherlands, yes. And also they've got a proportional representation, which happens to be a very good idea. The people are properly represented then, aren't they? Barcelona, providing you haven't got corruption, that is. Rinabo, this isn't the worst country to live in. Not perfect, but very doable. Yeah. Well, same France. France isn't perfect. I do love it here in France. And I love our friends now, our French friends. And it's a very lovely place to live. And also, I love arable. I love, green stuff. I've tried Panama, and I wasn't very green. When I went to Panama, Ginger Island with Graham Hughes. It wasn't for me. Too hot, way too hot for me, and very dry, humid but dry at the same time. It's nothing grows that well. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's a palm tree or banana. What will grow really well is those little insects, those like cheeches, and they eat you. Horrible little things. All of the fish are amazing, but the food was actually terrible. I'm sorry. Sorry, Graham. I know you're not watching anyway, but the food in Panama I thought was awful. They just eat chicken all the time. Fried chicken, fried chicken, fried chicken, fried chicken. No wonder the ladies are all big. Yeah, all the women are all quite chunky. Very few of them are, sort of normal size. Like Maori or something. Not Maori, what's the race? It's got high diabetes. Oh, anyway, but yeah, it wasn't that great regarding that. I didn't feel it was anyway. I wouldn't put it like this. I wouldn't choose to live there. No, too hot, too sweaty, too sticky. People are lovely. The native people were lovely. They really were, and like the Ishmael on the island, and he's a lovely, lovely, lovely man. He really was, and their lives are so simple in the sense that they're basic, not simple, basic. Something simple because they have to work really hard, and but their lives are so basic. It's difficult. Everything is difficult. Just taking the kids to school is difficult. Everything. It's just constant work for poor Ishmael, but he did think nothing of it. That's just his life, and that as far as him, he was happy, as far as he was concerned. But as for someone who, like me, for instance, a Westerner, well, an Easterner, I suppose to Panama, but yeah, it wasn't for me. When I got into Costa Rica, though, I have to admit, I did like San Jose was lovely as a town. There was a lot of deprived areas around San Jose. Don't get me wrong. It was it was a big divide. You either got money or you haven't. A lot of poverty, a lot of people living on the streets, what have you. But I don't know. It felt nice. I don't know. I just felt safe there. I don't know why. It probably isn't. They probably get shot or something stupid or mugged. But yeah. But Panama wasn't so great. But saying that, where we were near the island on Bocas del Toro on Bocas Town, a little island about 10 kilometres from Bocas Town. It was a little ginger island. Yeah, it was that was nice. That was a nice little town in the sense of the people, but the place is completely. It's deprived. It really is deprived. Very, very. It looks really cool because it's shanty, but then you have to wake up and think to yourself, these people are really having to work just to survive. I mean, literally, just down to their bones just to survive, and it's difficult for them. It really is difficult for them. And why is that? Because you've got the people at the top. They're taking all the blooming money. You've got people working on the cocoa. You've got people working on the banana and the savoury bananas and plantains, and and they get nothing. Sort of like slave labour. And regarding the environment, forget it. Nothing's done around there for the environment. The only thing they do look after the mangroves, which are basically the trees in the water all the way around the little islands and stuff. Pretty much make up the islands, basically, so they trap the sediment and build the islands up effectively. Apart from Graham Hughes' island, which is like sinking, it's disappearing. My God, the state of that. I think that's a lost cause, to be honest. Graham had this idea that he's going to just, in a canoe, bring loads of soil onto the island and raise the island with soil in a canoe. That ain't happening. No, that's ridiculous. We need flipping Chinooks coming in. That's what you need. Big barges. Like tipping barges and throwing soil onto the island. It's not going to happen. It's the cost of sorting that place and getting that out of the ground, out of the water, out of the sea. Because effectively it's literally just, you've got about that, really, maybe that, above the sea level. And half the time it's underwater now. Didn't used to be like that, apparently. Even Ishmael was saying that it's never been as bad as that. But yeah, it says that. That's a major problem. Sea levels are rising. But also, nothing's done there regarding waste. They've got no real waste management. Basically, they just get their plastic bags full of rubbish and pile it up and expect that it be cleared up. It's there for ages. You've got rats and birds all over. There's piles of... Remember, hello, Dora. Got Pandora say hello. Oh, there she goes. Oh, Wally's got his teddy bear again. Oh, dear. Don't rip up any more, Wally. Be a good boy. I suppose that ain't going to happen. Yeah, so what they do is they literally pile all this rubbish up in bags on Bogus Town. And Graham was doing the same, so he's not innocent. I'm sorry, Graham, but it's true. He does watch my videos anyway. But it's just all the waste on the island just ends up in carrier bags, in sort of plastic bin bags, and just literally thrown off the boat onto a pile. And I looked at that, I thought, no, that's not good enough. I'm sorry. There's 1 minute. Yeah, if you're going to actually talk the talk, you've got to walk the walk, haven't you? So that did annoy me a lot, because we don't do that. Yeah, that is difficult though. Don't get me wrong. There's no facility there. But what you do is you don't buy the stuff in the first place. If you can't get rid of it, you don't buy it. I mean, get rid of it. Ethically get rid of it. You shouldn't contribute to the problem. That's that's my 2 pence worth anyway. But yeah, because if you know me, I reuse everything. Little scraps like that they get used, I tell you. In the workshop. But we all create waste. We can't help it in some ways, but I think we need to do a little bit just to keep it down. Reduce what we produce. Reduce what we produce. Or buy. And the onus has to be put on to the industry as well, doesn't it? To reduce the volume of packaging needed. Now, I don't know if you realise this, France, well, they made some laws. I can't remember the nitty-gritty of them. Caroline does. I should bring it out, shouldn't I, really? Caroline. They're bringing new laws regarding packaging, single-use packaging. Oh, I think I remember what it is now. Anything up to 1.5 kilos in weight cannot be in single-use packaging. I think that's what it was. Maybe somebody can confirm that for me, because I think that's the case. Basically, what the case is that, I can't remember when the laws come in this year, I think, if I remember rightly. And yes, Macron's banning single-use plastics. Not packaging, plastics. Which is obviously a really good... I know something, oh yeah, but it's dirty, we've got COVID. So what? What's the blooming thing? We never used to. When I was growing up as a kid, we used to go to the greengrocers, Supermarkets were a really fairly new phenomenon. And then bit by bit, as time went on, we started getting those little polystyrene tray things and a bit of cling film over it, a stick label on it, Now, you look on the shelves now and you've got 4 tomatoes on it, or tray, all wrapped in plastic. Why? Or apples. Apples are really tough. They can get bruised. But it just means you've got to be more careful. And half the problem is a lot of this stuff is obviously travelling too far. It's not, most of this food stuffs now, and not especially in the UK, aren't native to the UK. How's this going to work if you're importing all your food stuffs from the likes of Australia, New Zealand, and Canada? That's the next one. So the CPTPP, the Comprehensive I can't remember it now. I keep losing it. Oh dear. Trans-Pacific Partnerships. It's a comprehensive Oh, I don't know, the CPTPP. Oh, Comprehensive Partnerships Trans-Pacific. Oh, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, all the countries, well, I think it's about 16, 17 countries other than the United States in the Pacific. And now there's the UK stuck on the edge somewhere. Isn't it nowhere near the Pacific, obviously, because it's the UK. And now, by the end of the year, it looks like they're going to be signed up to the CPTPP, yeah. Who comes up with these acronyms? An acronym. Well, it's an acronym, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, who comes up with them? I don't want to make it really hard. Yeah. It used to be obviously the Trans-Pacific Partnership, doesn't it? Then the United States left, and then they thought, oh no, we need to try appease to the United States, get them back on board again. So they got rid of, well, they changed it. Yeah, and they changed some of the rules within it as well. Some to do with all sorts of things. Some it was like copyright laws and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, the United States left, and Biden's made no indication that he's going to rejoin either. So that's quite interesting, I suppose. My Japanese is actually a lot better than my Dutch. Japanese. My daughter's been learning Korean. Jasper Edward says, Simon says, press the green button. What green button? Jasper, I've been planting... Oh, God, better fell off the edge. Jasper, I've been planting willows, contorted willows, look, see? I don't know if you saw them earlier. Yeah, stuck sticks in the bucket, basically. But they'll root. They did last time, anyway. It's not Chinese. I did Japanese 101 twice. And ladybird green. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm terrible at languages. I struggle on my own. I've really been trying so hard with the French and what have you, and I just can't get it. I forget things all the time regarding the pronunciation, especially the pronunciation. I'm terrible with. It goes in one ear, and it's there for a bit, and then it disappears. I need to be repeated, and then it's there. But then, lost in France. I hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, it's just, I find it really difficult. I really, really struggle. I know a bit about optics, Jasper. What do you want to know about optics? You're probably going to give me a really hard question, and I probably won't know it. That's what's probably going to happen, isn't it? No, I used to do a lot of astronomy. Just taking the dog out for a walk. All right, Duke. What sort of dog you got? Oh my God. Rinnebo, Kunjen Beat Netherlands Verstaan. I don't know if I said that right. Probably not. Oh, is that something rude? If you said something rude, you just make me say something rude. I don't know. Maybe. True racism still exists every year. That's sad. Used to be Frank and Santines, yes. God, that was a long time ago. Some places still, some places you go, you don't get your ticket. They'll say, and that be francs as well as euros on your ticket. So yeah, they still recognise it here, and if you still got them, you can still spend them in some places. But I think all the currencies are too old now, probably. Yeah, the actual money itself is probably too old. Yeah, Germany's very divided. But I'm very pleased that who was it? Schultz. Regarding Nord Stream 2, I thought that was a bold move on his part, or on the country's part, really. Regarding the Nord Stream 2, the gas line, they've they're put on hold. You've got some places that say, they're stopped it, they're frozen. They're not frozen. They're kind of frozen, but they cancelled it and stuff. No, they haven't. They're just set to one side. It's going to take months anyway to actually properly put to one side. And plus, the longer it goes on for, the more weight it has against Russia. Santines. in France. The numbers in France are odd though. It's like I thought the 80 is like Catravan. So it's 4 times 20. It seems really long. You write it. Oh God. You need bigger checks, that's what you need. But they don't do checks out here. Well, they do still do checks here, to be fair. It's still a value. If you bounce a check here, you can be, and you get in a lot of trouble. They'll cancel your bank account if you do it more than once. You fled Germany. God. So happy I fled from Germany 10 years ago. Best decision of my life. Well, you've got there's a lot of right wing in Germany still, isn't there? Especially in the east. That's what it would be the east, wouldn't it? That makes sense. Rinenberg says, I was homeless for years, so I just drifted from one country to country. Crikey. I bet you saw a lot, though. I bet that was really interesting as well. I know, obviously, it's difficult, but it must have been really, really interesting. It must have really opened your eyes. Oh, it reminds me of, something I love this guy. Who knows C6 Steve? He was hobo. He was drifting from place to place. Oh, number 3. Cheers, buddy. Oh, really? That's really kind of you. I didn't say that, mate. Sorry. Plastic packaging, he says, and pollution is a very serious problem. Yes. And I remember electric carts delivered milk in glass bottles. Yep. Overnight, it all changed to plastic containers and frequent shopping trips. Yep. Now, we in Salhouse near Wroxham, we still, for years and years and years, we had a little guy, Alan, used to deliver our milk. He didn't have an electric shopping cart. It was like a transit truck, because obviously we electric carts wouldn't work, because we're in rural area. Batteries would run out all the time, and making deliveries, it's too far to go. But yeah, we did for many years, but it got to a point where the cost, we just had to live to your means, and getting your milk from the supermarket was a lot cheaper. Supermarkets killed off so many. Do you know what? The difference here in France, you won't find a pharmacy, for instance, in a supermarket. There's laws against it. You're not allowed to. You won't find, there's lots of things you won't find in a supermarket as a part of the supermarket. You might find it in the same building, but it won't be actually in, like for instance, Super U, which is a supermarket in France, a chain, like a franchise, in Saint-Jouan. They've got the main shop, and then on this side, they've got loads of little shops within the building. In this case, there's a pharmacy there, there's a hairdressers, there's a laundry, a dry cleaners, and various other stuff, and a phone company and what have you, Orange. But it's separate. It's not actually a part of the supermarket. Whereas obviously you go to Tesco's, they'll have a pharmacy in there. You're about to go and, I don't know, book a holiday, or there's loads of stuff that you can do within Tesco. It's killing off local business. They can't compete with it. They really can't compete with it. And they have to push their prices up just to compete. And it's kind of like a catch-22 situation. And they screw themselves and price themselves out of the market altogether. Next thing you know, they're shutting up the doors. So then you've got the local councils pushing up the blooming council tax, the business rates. And I know, I've been there, done that. Flipping expensive. And you don't get nothing for it. We used to have to pay $7,000 a year for this blooming barn. It didn't even have road access. Well, it had a lane, but it wasn't there. It was private. We didn't have no bins or anything, or any facilities. That was £7,000. Now, what the rateable value? That's how much we had to pay. That's what we used to work a business from. It was a lovely barn, mine, I must say. It wasn't ours, we were renting it. From Caters, Toff. He's right off Toff. He was like that. He was, his cup of tea or a glass of wine. Right off Toff. It's a horrible man. Oh dear. If you live in a semi-rural area and you won't get your milk until lunchtime if you rely on the milkman, that's a good point actually. And if it's really hot, it might be a little bit sour by the time you get it. Rinenberg, I hope they enjoy the Dutch mountains. Oh. Hello David, how you doing buddy? I hope you're well. To be honest, those years of homelessness were amazing. Yeah, I bet they were actually. And it sounds frightening, doesn't it? Because you've actually got to really let go to be able to accept it. Even, I've never been in that position, and obviously I'm thankful for that. But it's there've been times when we've been pretty skint, but never obviously homeless. But still, yeah, there'll be a lot to accept, actually let go and make the most of what is a very difficult situation. How is pollution cheaper, for God's sake? Yeah, no, you're right, it isn't. It's a horrible situation. But what my point was, is if you're talking about me saying about the milk, and what have you, if that's what you're referring to, we had lived to means, we had 6 kids. We still got them. They're just growing up now. We didn't get rid of them. We had six kids, and we didn't have a lot of money. So, really needless to say, and this was a long time ago. It's not, it's not recent. We're talking about, oh crikey, 25, 30 years ago. So, yeah, things were different then in the sense people weren't. It wasn't the forefront as it is now. And believe you me, me and Caroline, our carbon footprint is very low. We've got solar hot water. We've got solar panels. All our electric comes from, well, not all, 70% of our electric, actually, to be fair, comes from, there's 2 banks like solar panels. It's 5 kilowatts, just over, actually, of solar panels between that one and, if you can see it from here, actually. You've probably seen it in my videos before. 2 banks of it, anyway. Oh, I'm getting caught up on the hose. There's that bank, and then the one behind it as well. It's slightly different angles, like it's the lower sun. So yeah, our carbon footprint is very low. We only go in the car about once a week. That's to go to the supermarket if we have to. Sometimes a couple times a week, depends if I've got to get materials from work and what have you. But we do live very, very rural. But also we grow the majority of our own food, so we don't have a lot of packaging. To be honest about it, we didn't even have a wheelie bin for. We had to get one in the end because you have to have one by law. Why, I don't know. But we didn't even have a bin for how long? We've had a bin for 2 years, and we've been here 11 years. This is our 11th year, or was it 12th year? 12th year. This is our 12th year. 12 years this June. So our carbon footprint is very low. So that's I don't feel that I should feel too guilty. My parents beat me. Oh, crikey, of course, this is very sad. My parents beat me and tossed me aside, so it always felt like I was. I always say, see point. Always felt that you're on your own. When nobody ever there. Oh, Christ, that's horrible. I'm so sad. So sorry to hear that. Must be so difficult. God. Patrick S says, it sounds like an episode of The Good Life. I haven't got a pig. There's no pigs. No. We used to have sheep. And we had goats. And we had ducks. And what else do we have? Pigs, ducks, chickens. But we haven't got, apart from the only thing we've got left is dogs and a cat. Yeah. So, the thing is, if we want to go anywhere, we rehomed them. So, they didn't get slaughtered and stupid like that. They really are pets, really. But it was a real learning curve. We learnt so much by having animals, to be honest. Their needs, and also, oh God, the goats, they're so funny. But this time of day, all of a sudden, Jasper probably knows, actually, they just go mad. So just suddenly start, they just running around the field that field over there, and running around, just bouncing everywhere, they're bouncing over each other. It was just hilarious to watch. And then Ruby was just what? Oh, she's like what was she again? She was Suffolk. Big bulbous nose. Anyway, she was huge. I mean, like, and because we when we shorn her, she's we usually do it once a year, and had a massive coat, And then she's massive. She was follow all because they had all these pygmy sheep as well. And they're doing the same thing, and it's just little tiny sheep. What are they called again? The Westons, little black ones. And she's trying to follow what they were doing as well. It's so funny to watch her. It's just so cumbersome. But it's just like, the real personalities, the idea they don't feel, because that's what this government wants to do again, is absolutely ludicrous. Because they clearly do. The right lot of characters. And the goats, Charlie, our goat, is one actually headbutted. Oh, that wasn't Charlie, it was one of the sheep. One of the rams. He headbutted Pandora when we first got it and busted all the jaw up. And within a few months, she went grey. She's the little Pandora. She's the youngest. She's only about 8. And she's got so much grey all over her now. A shock. That's what happened to me, you see. Last week, I was all brown and lovely it was. No? Okay. Even I can't pull that one off. The highest... the highest point of Netherlands is 320... Crikey, that is quite low, actually, isn't it? That's the highest point. Greeks from the Dutch mountains. There's a hill. What's that film? Oh, God, there's a film in it where they're trying to measure a hill or a mountain or something, because they want it classed as a mountain, but in fact that was just a hill. I think it's a British film. It's a bit rubbish, really. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know what time it is. I can't see on here. And I got my watch on. Yeah, one goes on at 5. So yeah, I did. I've done about 4 videos gone online today. I've had to just keep my numbers up because they're all doing really badly at the moment. Anyone can be home. I saw a crooked landlords kicking out their tenants so they could sell off their houses. Oh, lovely. It's not very good, is it? Mike. The town I grew up in, just south of Manchester, Tesco's was the reason for the loss of the butchers, the bakers, and the candlestick makers. No? Okay. Oh, the greengrocers. Plus general grocers, yeah. Oh, 5 butchers, you saying? 5 butchers, 2 bakers, 5 greengrocers. Crikey. Yeah. They just destroy it, don't they? Absolutely destroy it. They've got the buying power. Plain and simple. And look how they screw the farmers over. They just... By the short and curlies they do. And they just can't operate. That was scheduled, Carpenter. Sorry, that's your question. Yeah, that's a scheduled video. I scheduled loads this morning that I did. I made a couple this morning. I did some last night, actually, until about 4 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed. But they're done really badly, so it's a waste of time, really. Yeah, timed upload. Pre-record, timed upload, yeah, scheduled them. They need a little bit of time to drop because the algorithm has to work out what your video's about so they know where to feed it. But that one I did at about 3 o'clock, a 3 o'clock video I put up, I was watching it on the analytics, and it's because you get impressions, obviously, that's how many times they show the video, like on a suggested video. And I was watching it. It's doing really well to start with, and all it just like stopped. It went like that, and just went flatlined. So they just stopped showing it. There's nothing offensive in it or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? There's no reason for them to stop showing it. Some of my earlier videos, some of them I could understand, but no, because they were a bit offensive. I have to be really careful these days because I sort of worry that the channel's going to get kicked and hit all the time. But I don't understand sometimes. It's just feels like there's no rhyme or reason to it sometimes. Also, you got to think about load as well. Because obviously YouTube servers, they can get overloaded, and they'll be more selective on what they send out. But yeah, anyway, I'm there for 2 hours. What, again? And I was supposed to go to the workshop and start making those shutters, and I've done one. So I need to get on with them as well. So anyway, thank you for watching, everybody, and it's very good. I'm very pleased to have you here. But I better actually do some more work, I suppose, and try and earn some money. Wolf from the door. Carpenter, I think you might be becoming YouTube and Brexit obsessed. Yeah, probably. The thing is, we're quite reliant on it. If it makes any sense, we don't get much from the actual videos. but we get something, and we've got to a stage since Brexit, and it's damaged the business to such a degree. Every little bit of money that comes in, it really makes a difference, and just to keep your head above water, really. So we have to do it. So yeah, and obviously I do sort of like have to keep an eye on the analytics, so I know where I've gone wrong, as well. See what differences make, and see what changes I need to make it better. So yeah, you're welcome. I just thought I'd just quickly do one. Well, I'll do a stream, and then on the off chance, hello gingers. Oh, you only just got here. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to have to make it a move though, because I really must. No, you're welcome, Rinaboo. So Rinaboo, P. Dallas. You're welcome. And Ginger, sorry, I missed you, Gingers. Rufus, Simon says, Delirious Grandpa, you stay safe too. Oh, there. I've been entertaining. What, me? I don't know how to entertain my grumpy old man. Oh, Brexit. Tourette's. Brexit. Feck. Got to love Father Ted. I hear you're a racist there, Grandpa. No, that's not right. Father, that's it. Father. I hear you're a racist there, Father. Anyway, ta-ta. And thanks a lot. And cheers for the super chats and that as well. It really is appreciated. It does make a difference, it does. Oh, anyway, I suppose I better go. I do enjoy this, though, I must say. So, ta-ta. Where's my Wally? Oh, I bet he's gone in front of the fire or something. I'll try and find my Wally. Ta-ta. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? God, my throat's gone really dry. Oh, I suppose I better.